Welcome back to another episode of Who Should You Choose? We're episode 158, and we've almost gone the entire cycle of an NHL game. I usually only do like maybe 100 of these, I think, and even that, I don't know how many times I've actually hit in the 5 years I've been doing these. So I think next year, again, talking to you guys because you're definitely my most hardcore viewers at this point, and I appreciate you guys. Wouldn't be able to do this without you. So I think everyone knows my old podcast, Coffee and Shell. Me and my man Padre, me and Kessler started with my man Padre. Last couple years been doing it. Had so much fun doing it. Just the nature of the game and both being parents and different time zones, stuff like that. Just had a hard time finding time to nail it down. On me especially, I did not anticipate how little time I would have once Landon was born. But I think I'll just make it coffee and like these will just be coffee and shell, and they'll be like 20-minute podcast throughout, and then maybe I could have Stu or Padre back on for like every once in a while for like big things if he wants to talk about it on the weekends, stuff like that. I think that might be the play. Who should you choose was a great idea back when I started it in 20 NHL 20. It ended up becoming just everyone putting their teams down, and it got kind of boring. I like this like riffing back and forth talking about specific things in HUT or just gaming in general. So let me know what your feedback is. I'm sure a lot of you out there just want to know like team build stuff, and I think we need to do more of that. So I think what I'll do is maybe like do a mandatory like 3 team builds on a reply every episode. But I'm just having a lot of fun with these, and I'm not going to stop. It take me like 30 minutes to record, and then another 15 to just throw up and whatnot. So if you guys keep watching, I'll keep doing them. So that being said, let's get into today's questions. Claus says, "I appreciate your change of heart on the collectible format." I believe he's talking about Hut Champs. Oh no, sorry. He was talking about any overall being used as a collectible. So yesterday I said in prior games, if you had an 82 overall, you needed like 7 of them, but you would get a collectible that you could use to make a master set item. So in 83, you need less 83s to make a collectible 84s and so on and so forth. That way, every single card had value. What we got this year was if it was 86 and above, it was good, but then 88s didn't count in the set, so 87s were the same price as 86s. It was a disaster. I don't know the reasoning behind it. I hate it, and I think it was very flawed and not thought out. It was the example, what I was talking about yesterday, of change for the sake of change. That was a pure change for the sake of change. They wanted to put their own stamp on it and change things up, and it just did not hit. It may have been boring, but it sure was useful. It really did give every card we drew or earned some meaning, even if it was just fodder. The universal currency aspect was great in hindsight as well. It was nice to be able to refund collectibles on MSPs that had aged out of our team, even if we only got half of them, and then use them on a newer MSP. Man, the good old days. That was that NHL 23 or 22? 23, I think, where it was everything went to power up collectibles, or was that last year? God, my brain is absolutely fried from my ADHD. Um, yeah. So what ended up happening was, guys, they went to everything used power up collectibles because I think at the time icons and X factors did, but event items didn't to upgrade. So they made it very simple, where it's just like power up icons, X factors, event items, master set player items. They used power up icons to upgrade. And the great thing about that was when you were done with the event item, because you upgraded them, you got half of them back. And then you could use those half of power up collectibles. Let's say it cost you 10 to make an MSP. You get 5 back, and those 5 of a card that no longer is useful to you, you can now throw into a new card that you could upgrade with those 5 collectibles. I don't understand here. This is gonna sound. I try to give feedback or examples of things with the thought process of EA in mind. I don't see how we don't have. I want to completely tear down HUT's content and build it back up. I think that it's broken, the format is flawed, and everyone is tired of what we have, and the tech aspects of the mode in the background hamper real change. One of the things that I would do is either add a new currency, which is what Madden did. Madden ended up with like 5 currencies and it was awful. Or you need to allow us go full collection and have one currency like MLB. MLB just has stubs. That's it. And an example of this would be, let's say you tear down an 84 overall and you get, let's call them pucks. Okay. every card you quick sell, or let's not say quick sell, it's called tear down, and you break down, you get pucks, and those pucks can be used for things. And the higher the overall, the more pucks you get. That would be one way around it, but if they can't do a drastic overhaul, I am all for changing things up, because he mentioned this, the upgradable MSPs, and the way that we did it with power up icons, or with upgrade power up collectibles. Sorry, boring. We had that format for years, different variations, but using cards as currency devalues the card that you're throwing in. And because EA has released so few new cards, they have less. Like, it was one of the things they got really wrong. Might be wishful thinking, but I'm already calling the NHL 26 Kucherov All-Star cover art is going to be a banger. Been playing since NHL 23. Oh, you poor young soul. So there's only one way to go, and hopefully that's up. EA 23's gameplay, in my opinion, was some of the worse than 25. Worse than the glitch trap with A. I talked about this. This is a rant. I apologize, guys. People ask, why do I think NHL 23 is the worst gameplay? Number one, if you were good at the game, the high-end meta was literally sit behind the net and wait to get pressured. You couldn't get bumped if you had big players or unstoppable force, and then you would just curl out in front of the net and backhand over the goaltender. That was legitimately the entire game. One-timers didn't go in. That was it. The worst part about 23, glitch goals are one thing. The L2 speed glitch down the boards. I'd hazard a guess that maybe 10% of my viewers even know how to do it. Okay? Even know how to do it. And there is a mechanic behind it that isn't easy. It's simple, but it isn't easy for a lot of players. For all of you guys out there, like, oh my god, you're awful at games. It's like, man, there's a lot of people that like that aren't like cranking out of control and like just like, you know, they got 7 thumbs, right? Like, so the problem is when there's a glitch in the game to score easily, and it is accessible to the Division 6 player, which what NHL 23 was. You would go behind the net, you tap A or X, depending on the controller you're on, and flick up, and you would do a quick wrap. And the goalie could not get over because they put in EASHL human goalie-controlled animations into the goalie animation pool, and he like literally wouldn't get over. And then they doubled down because they were like, all right, we released 23, we're working all the way on 24. We want to make substantial changes, which they did. Not all were good, but they did not patch 23. It was a disaster from a gameplay standpoint. So 23 was a rough one. Also, have you guys seen the glitch where the arena mascot will glitch to the glass? Oh no, I've seen that. 100%. Yeah, 100% seen that. I love your optimism. I'm getting a lot of questions about this. Like, is 26 gonna be good? My good is different than your good, right? And my good is different than the 1%er's good because I'm a content creator. I've made it my career, and what I would find good would be something that would make engaging content. So honestly, number one would be able to do team builds where I don't have to grind to get one card, where I could make a video where it's like Niagara Ice Dog alums, and I wouldn't have to completely sewer my entire collection. I wouldn't have to sell everything I owned. I wouldn't have to beg people on the auction house to put cards up, right? Like that would be amazing for me personally. And I think for a lot of players that want to do theme teams, it would be really good as well. But on top of that, we need a new menu system. The quality of, like, I think that putting wildcard in is good because they can fix wildcard a little bit. And we've had our talks about what fixing wildcard means, but just improving it in general. I think there's enough in the game that if you just gave it a lot of polish and upgrade, we're good. I've talked about this for years, the squad battles, like make it franchise mode. I think that if they do that, that would be a massive plus. MLB has mini seasons, but in squad battles, like so many people that play NHL are franchise guys, like they are. And imagine you're playing offline and you could, like, you know, try and play out a season, you know? I think that'd be huge. In Rivals, you've got to figure out a way to keep the players. Once a player gets to a certain division, they should want to win. Rival, that is the fix. I think that's like the thesis here. If I was in the boardroom And I was like, okay, what needs to change about Rivals? I would say not rewards. Well, that goes hand in hand, but it would be how do we get players that how do we get players to want to win every game they play? That sounds dumb, and it is so ridiculous. But you have people deranking because it's much easier to get 30 wins with your Division 1 player in Division 3. It ruins the experience for Division 3 players or Division 2 players. My God, I just went through that. It's that is a disaster. If you're harboring a part of the community that wants to lose on purpose, then you're missing the mark with the game, right? One fix would be once you get to Division 1, you are matched up with your highest rank. No, that'd be tough. I don't know. I don't know what the fix is for it. The only way would be to increase rewards. Like, it just has to be. But then my fear is we play this min-max game where that means you have to make Division 1 rewards so good that they stay there. And I'm okay with that because I think if you're in the top, skill-based matchmaking has its pros and cons. I've talked about the psychology of this and the industry as a whole a number of times. Here's the problem. Once you get to Division 1, it is a gauntlet. Like, someone like me who is not unbelievable at the game. I can't just wake up and beat pretty much anyone in the game. I have to be dialed in, okay? When you get to Division 1, if you're playing people in Division 1, every game is a absolute onslaught. There is no chilling back, right? And maybe that's wild card for online players. Like, that could be a place to go. So if that's the case, the rewards have to be substantial. Like, because I honestly, you do get punished for the better player you are in this game. 100%. I am in complete agreement with the Division 1 guys out there. It's a very minority that even watch these videos probably, but if you're the better the player, the more punished you get, which then leads to them quitting out and all of that. So I don't know. The only other way around that I could see is you get to Division 1 every season. So if a season is 35 days or 42 days, right? You get to Division 1 in Rivals, you get a special card. A choice pack of a really good card. And then because people would rush out, get it, and then it's like, do you reset the reward? I don't know. It's tough, man. It's tough. Definitely feel like sometimes I'm fighting the game even in moments. The weekly comeback moment for Islanders, I had 3 goals. I had 3 tries that I did 25 plus high-quality attempts, abusing one-timers, big tipper, 2 goals a game. Then the 4th goal, I score 6 on 20 shots. Don't understand the difference. That we are playing a game that so I try to use this as an example. If the San Jose Sharks play the Winnipeg Jets, number 1 and last in last year, right? Which is still Winnipeg. Or no, sorry. That'd be the Western Conference, so that was a bad example. So Washington. Okay, number 1 and the odds of them winning betting line-wise at most is like 59% chance that the number 1 team will win because hockey is such a lucky sport. There is so much luck in hockey. You create your own luck, which is why the good teams win more often than not. But I don't know how you create a realistic video game about a sport that has so much luck. And it sucks because when you play a video game, you want ones and zeros. I do this, I expect X outcome, right? And I don't know. I also think that in moments, there is still a busted slider on pro because there are some, like, I'm a very good player. I'm not elite, but I'm a very good player. There should never be a situation in which I struggle for an entire game on pro. Legitimately ever. It's wild to me. I don't know. What's really insane about the power-up Mario at 97 is that his speed ratings, now at 97, finally match his 93 Cornerstone MSP from how long ago? That is such an issue. God, they've got to figure that. I can't wait to see what they do. If they don't acknowledge that next year, and like I said, if they're going to get rid of year-long chase cards, good luck to them. Good luck to them. You're going to lose so much of your fan base, at least interest-wise. So whatever, if that's the way they want to go. I don't think that's how they're going to go. But if they do what they did this year, where they have them, they need to come out and be like, hey, this is how cards are going to work. that'd go a long way. Team of the Week has done a decent job of climbing the upgrade ladder. The sets go up by 1, but the jump to up to 2 unlocks a much better version of a player. I have often slid an 87 card down to the 86 set if I'm one short of that set to get an 88 and so on, especially with the free cards you get from moments of challenge every week. Just think the player selection was a little better. Seemed to recycle the same 20 players. I think I had Hagel at 82, 84, 87 at various times during the season. Here's what's crazy to me. Team of the Week should be sacred. It should legitimately be the best 6 players. And what happened a number of times is that in Team of the Week, we can make. This is the major issue. Team of the Week, we can make those cards. Okay? We can make those players. What ended up happening was there was times where an event would drop, and that player that should be a Team of the Week got a high-end event item, like on the Friday prior. Okay? So EA was like, hey, that player just got a high-end item. We're not going to give him out again at Team of the Week. And I can understand because like you don't want to double down on Team of the Week should mean something. It should be like I think Darren Radish has like 7 of them or something. I'm misremembering, I'm sure, but you're right with Hagel. Like it should be these are the best 6 at each position, and that should make it fun because you can make those cards. Team of the Week, if an 83 comes out, you can get a choice back and get the 83. If you get the 86 and he did really well and you're a theme team player, you can get that card. And early on in the year, they were so good. It was so fun. I remember getting the 85 like captain, they call it, Adam Fantilli, and trying him out, or 86 maybe, and he had the gold close quarters at launch of the game. It was super fun. I just missed that. And they captured that use any card really well the first 3 weeks. And I would love to go back and watch and what happened. I think it was because the XP path was so bad and there was no way to make power-up icons without spending excessive amounts of money because the game was busted. And then they threw in the event or the objective list and everything kind of went back to what it was. So I think Team of the Week, I like Team of the Week with the 6 cards. This might be a hot take. You guys can yell at me all you want. With less cards, like what are you talking about? I like the fact that they're all usable. Now, you could argue that you should make a full team and all the cards be usable. I don't hate that. But if in the current situation, you have 1 that's really good, that is the clear person that was Team of the Week, and then you got 5 at each position, 1 at each position, the best for that calendar week, and I think that would go 1. I like that because all the cards, they are usable on teams. Even right now, at 93 overall, there's a lot of players out there that a 93 would make their team, which sounds crazy, but you can make that pack for free by just doing objectives and stuff. I had another thought about it. Oh, also, another example of, like, zero planning. Like, what happened with Stars of the Month? They're just like, we forgot about it. It should be a clear linear path. Collect the Team of the Week, guys. Get a Star of the Month item. Which is what it sort of was in, like, January. But, like, there was just no consistency from the content team. Hey, Slaves, I just pulled out Origins McCann out of a 90-plus pack during the event, so I think they are in packs for sure, just rare. Yeah, guys, I want to confirm that this has been talked about on my channel a little while ago. You guys brought it up to me, and now I'm starting to see other creators kind of touch on it, so it's making the rounds. Yeah, it does look like it is possible to pull event items. 2 things. 1, it wouldn't surprise me if the percentage chance of actually pulling them during the event was low. Can't confirm or deny it. The other thing I was thinking about, though, especially in recent events, like the lowest one is a 91 overall. It's still hard to pull a 91. And then on top of that, because they have all the other cards from prior releases in the pack pool, it's like if you pulled a 91, it's not just the Team of the Week card or something. Or not just the event item. That's what it used to be because old event items were like no longer in packs. So I do like that you could get old cards in packs. But the problem is that it expands the pack pool, so you pull a 91, it's not guaranteed to be from this current event. And because 91s are hard to pull, I think that leads to the feeling of, like, we can't pull them. Or it also wouldn't surprise me if it is lower during the event. All right, last one. A couple of changes to attributes I would suggest. The goalie progression are not tied to overall cap. Instead, their glove high, low, and stick high, low should follow shot power and accuracy. For example, we had 88, 89 goalies when the first 99 shooter came out, Gallery of Great. Oh, I want to touch on Gallery of Greats having 99 shooting. That's what made Gallery of Great so good, is that, like, Hull had 99 shooting, and I think Sakic might have too, but it wasn't everyone. it was like he was special, which is why I like the Gal Upgrades event. But I agree with what you're saying here. Speed should be a static stat. For example, McDavid is 94 speed at the start of the year. He would still be 94. Oh, buddy, that's my build video. Me and Kesso did this. I years ago, I think in NHL 21, we put together a build video, and speed should stay the same the whole year. The issue is though, you end up with the same players every team. Whoever's fastest, they go on their team. With this, yes, everyone will chase McDavid, Mac, but the majority of speedy players are small. It will make us choose size versus speed. Would you rather have a small speedy player like Lane Hudson, 91 speed example, or a tank like Hedman at 87 speed? I do love that. Personally, but I can see a very big issue with that. Make shot power influence one-timer. Right now, you can take a 60 overall and you will shoot 104 mile an hour one-timer the same as 99. That's because of the greened up skill-based one-timer. I completely agree. Skill-based one-timers, I just wanted one-timers to work. I didn't say make a Captain Falcon, Danny Heatley type all-star, stupid arcade missile, you know? Shot attributes go up way too fast compared to goalie attributes. This is the major issue, guys. I talk about this every year. I noticed this back like early on when they did the speed by 0.5, when they made that change. Shot should go up by 0.5, 100%. Goalies don't matter at all. They get so much worse. At the beginning of the year, guys, remember this. Remember this right now. You can save the video. At the beginning of the year, we are going to go through about a 3-week stretch where everyone says they can't score or it's so much harder to score, and unless there's a glitch. That's simply because goalie stats are in line with shooting attributes. The problem is that as everyone goes up, because speed doesn't go up, they jack up the shots. And once you get to like 90 shooting, if you don't like, that's when it will matter. It's when it does. Your goalie rating does matter. But you know, dynamic faceoff stats. Every center starts at 85. Depending on how you do in game, it'll fluctuate. Oh. Ooh. Okay, the nerd in me loves that because I'm so good at face-offs. Winning 60% in the game, it goes up by 1. Winning under 4, it goes down by 1. Only in Rivals Champs. Anything between the two stay the same. So in a game, you can have your first-line center getting +1 and your second-line center -1. So eventually, you just shuffle your lineup, put your best. I like it more in-game. Like, imagine you were winning your face-offs early and you got a bonus in-game. I don't know. There's something here that I do like with that. Add a pattern analysis on... Oh, dude. So I remember, I think it was Ben Ross talking about this years ago. This might have been NHL 19 when I first went out to BC. Add a pattern analysis on goalies. If your opponent is going for cross crease, your goalie can start to cheat and slide before the pass because he understands that it's the third time that player will try the play. Same for one-timers, short side snipe, etc. So you, the offensive team, will need to try a new play to score a goal. This could improve the instincts ability that we already have. Add a backhand power and accuracy attribute separate from other shooting attributes. I love that. There needs to be more separate shots. There isn't a wrist shot and a wrist shot and a slap shot. It's not the only shot. They had the idea of that. I remember Ben Ross talking to me about it, being like, we want to get to a spot where you're playing someone and it can track your play style. And I think he was talking about during squad battles. Like, because when you play squad battles, it would like choose your settings and stuff. And that would be so big. I don't know how they do this without AI. But yeah, if someone's going for the same shot over and over again, like low far side snipe, that everyone has their go-to shot. Whether you want to admit it or not, when everything breaks down, you have like something that you fall to. The great players have 5, right? And if you're only going for the 1 and it's beating the goalie twice, the goalie will start to cheat. I would love that. I actually really, really enjoy that. I don't know how they would do that. That would require, yeah, I don't know. I would love that. Thank you guys again for watching episode 157. We've got a new event today, so make sure you check out the channel. Twitch.tv/NoSleeves12 will be live in the afternoon. We'll watch the new event, and then I will have an event recap video on the channel. Thank you guys again for watching. See you tomorrow. Have a good one.